Millwall CK, we're back in the cup, man. I've missed you guys. What's going on? Welcome back to a new video. Man is now hands-free. I'm hands-free. There's no more seasick vibes. There's no more feeling like you're on a rocky boat with me. I finally made some additions to the channel to try and get it a bit more improved, a bit more quality. I bought a tripod. I've been away for a little while. I've had to just, I wanted to do this video for so long, but obviously I've had to wait. I needed to buy a tripod. There were just a few little things that I had to just maneuver around, put into place before I could come back ready for the new season. Obviously I need to just get this video out there. This is the well anticipated, long overdue end of season analysis. I'm going to try and break down our very interesting season from last season. We'll talk about how I felt the season was as a whole, areas that we can improve. I'm going to go through these results. I've got the trusty tablet here. And then we're going to talk about contracts, players being released, players that we're looking to sign or that we have signed or that we're looking to sign on. So this could be anywhere between 10, 15, 20-minute video. Sit back, enjoy. I'm going to try and be as insightful and as knowledgeful as I can. I'm going to try and break down this season in the best way that I can possibly do. If you do like the video, smash a like, subscribe, comment, and share it with your pals. I'm trying to grow this channel. I think we're on 47 subs. And yeah, I'm looking forward to a second consecutive season of banging out content on the channel. As you guys know, I like to keep it short and sweet, but this video ain't going to be like that. There's going to be no fancy editing, no fancy music over the top of it. It's just going to be me, raw, and upload it to YouTube for you guys to be viewing. So let's get into it. Our 2020-21 season started against Stoke City. 0-0 draw in that game. I don't think there was anything exciting too much in that game. I'm seeing the stats here. The stats say that we had 9 shots, 1 on target. That sums it up really in that game. And I think that this was going to be a theme of what was to come in this season. Although we did score 4 goals, I think twice, but we'll get onto that in the season just gone. So yeah, Stoke was 0-0. Where are we? Stoke was 0-0. Then we played the EFL Cup against Cheltenham, which we won 3-1. We played really well. Obviously, I think they're a League 2 side, maybe League 1. As a League 2 or a League 1 side, it was kind of to be expected that we would win that game. And win that game we did. I felt like we was very comfortable in that. And we saw it out. Next game, we went away to Rotherham. We won 1-0. Jed Wallace in the second half. Just for your information, guys, I'm not going to break down the goals. I can't remember all the goals. If I remember some of the goals, when I see the scores, I'll try and illustrate and get it across of how much of a banger it was or how vital the goal was. But yeah, in this particular game, just after half-time, Millwall went 1-0 up, and Jed Wallace with his first goal of the season, I believe that was, in the league. Then we went away to Swansea and we lost 2-1. This Swansea game, I felt we played really well. I believe it was 0-0 until half-time. We came out, we conceded very early on, like literally straight after the break. And then we equalised straight on afterwards, pretty much, with Tom Bradshaw. And then Cabango won it for them just after 65 minutes. And we ended up losing that game 2-1. Yeah, it started off in pits and patters kind of ways that we scored. We would draw games, we'd maybe win a game, but it was just kind of up and down, doing a little jig up and down. This was kind of the motion of our season. You know what I'm saying? We played. Oh, my bad. I fucked it up. We played Burnley in the EFL Cup in the third round, and we lost 2-0. Troy Parrott got injured in that game. Surprise, surprise. After that, we played Brentford and drew 1-1, and then we went away and lost to Swansea. That is on me. That is my bad. We started quite well in that game. Jed Wallace scored quite early on. I think they made a mistake. Jed Wallace pounced, and we went 1-0 up. If I'm correct, maybe not. I think maybe I'm not too sure if that was how that went down. But yeah, and then 15 minutes later, they get a pen, and Ivan Toney scores, and we all know what Ivan Toney went on to do for the rest of the season. Securing promotion with Brentford, congratulations to them. I want to get that out there. And broke the goal scoring record in the Championship this season, so congrats to Ivan Toney on that. Very, very well played, and congratulations. Into October, obviously, as I said just before, I said that I fucked up. We played Swansea and drew 1-1. We then played Wickham away. Went 1-0 down quite early on, actually, and I was like, oh, fucking hell, here we go. We're going to lose to this team. Luckily, we won the game 2-1. And I felt we deserved to win that game. Maybe it could have been a draw, but I just felt that we were just better on the day, and that was the right result. I felt like that was the right result. So yes, Millwall win 2-1 against Wickham. We played Luton and won 2-0. We then played Barnsley and drew 1-1. The reason that I've really skipped over the Luton is because this Barnsley one is more important. Millwall tend to play Barnsley. Call Barnsley the bogey team, man. Honestly, playoff final. Obviously, we know about that in the League One days where we lost. And we just don't really tend to go well against Barnsley sides. It's just not a team. It's just not a team that we play well against. Excuse me. It's not a team that we tend to get a result against either. So to draw that game and take a point, kind of bite your hand off for that. But it's kind of a team that we struggle to beat. But yeah, we drew 1-1 with Barnsley. Preston, we went away to Preston. And this was just after, this game was just after that Barnsley game. And this Preston game, and I believe the Huddersfield game next, is where we were managerless and coachless. We were actually being managed by Alex Pearce and Sean Williams, because the whole coaching team, Gary Rowett included, had coronavirus. So we were managed by the players. We won 2-0 against Preston. We were great for that victory, by the way. Very, very great for that victory. Kenzahor scored, and then subsequently missed 8 weeks through injury. Huddersfield, we went away. We lost 3-0 in that game. I think I was screaming that it wasn't a 3-0 game. I was very disappointed. I felt as though we just didn't turn up. Huddersfield were the better team on the day. But as I say, I don't believe it was a 3-0 game. It weren't a 3-0 game because we capitulated with 2 minutes to go. It was 1-0 until the 89th minute, and then within the space of 5 minutes, they'd scored again twice just before full time. It was never, like I say, a 3-0 game. But ultimately, we didn't turn up, and Huddersfield deserved to beat us. And when you don't turn up in this league, you're going to get beat, ultimately. Because if you have an off day and someone else is having a great day, it is what it is. You can't afford to not turn up in this league, because if you don't turn up, you're going to get beaten. And you're going to get beaten comfortably. And on this particular day, we were beaten comfortably. No two ways about it. We ended up losing 3-0. Where do we go to next? We then played Norwich. I said, with this Norwich game, away to Norwich, I said I'd always take the draw. And a draw was a fantastic result. We then played Sheffield Wednesday, and we drew again, 0-0, another one. And it started a little pattern here because we played Cardiff at home and we drew again. This time we drew 1-1. We played Reading at home. This time we drew 1-1. We played Birmingham away. We all know what happened. Jake Cooper dislocated his shoulder. Ended up having to come off. Ending his run of consecutive games in the team. Ended up drawing 0-0. So for me, that's a period there between the 3rd of November and the 28th of November where we've drawn 5 games. 5. Do you know, that run there was painful. It was so painful to watch. I wanted to sleep through half of it. Like, I'm talking weeks. I wanted to sleep half the weeks away because it was so painful. 5 draws in a row. Back to back. Hiya. I can't. It's unacceptable. It's unforgivable. And we only scored 2 goals in that run. The rest of them were 0-0 draws. 3 0-0 draws, 2-1 all draws. After that, then, on 5 consecutive draws, we then took an L. We took an L to Blackburn Rovers. Blackburn Rovers beat us 2-1. I think Harvey Elliott scored a banger that day. Absolute banger. But yeah. Then we played Derby away. Lost 1-0. So that's now a run of 7 games. 7 games. It goes on for 8 games because we drew again, this time with Creepier. And then this Middlesbrough game, 12th of December. 12th of December. This was a good day. Not for us as fans, not for us as a club, but for me personally. Because this was the day where I lost my shit with Gary Rowett. This was the day where I said it's over. He's finished. He's done. Like, he has to go. This is the end of him. We were 3-0 down inside, I believe, 20 minutes. Yeah, there you go. Look, 3-0 down inside 20 minutes. 13, 15 and 20 they scored. And that was the game done. Oh, man. It could have been worse. It could have been about 6. We had 1 shot on target. 4 in total to their 16 and their 6 on target. It says it all. It says it all. It could have been 6-0. Could have been 6-0 easily. That was a day where I just felt, for me, I felt as though Gary Rowett had done all that he could. I felt as though that was the end of the line. It goes back to now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's the 9th game in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the 9th game in a row in that run where we haven't won a game. That's 9 games in a row where we're winless. Up until we go away and play Bristol City and we win 2-0. And we played really well that day. Really, really well. And they had a man sent off. So it just goes to show it can be done. We can win games. But a run of 9 games without a win and 5 draws in that space of time just wasn't it. And I just got to that point where I said enough is enough now. It seems as though you haven't progressed. It seems as though when you came in, we progressed. And now all of a sudden we've taken like 3 steps back in that space of time, in that run there. And I wanted something new. I wanted something fresh. I just felt as though maybe he'd gassed, he'd done all that he could, and that he was finished in terms of the job with us. But then obviously, like I say, we go on to beat Bristol City 2-0. We then draw 1-1 with Forest away. At home, 1-1 with Forest at home. I felt as though Forest maybe should have won that game. I don't feel... Then again, no. What am I talking about? No, look at the stats. The stats say we had 15 shots, 5 on target to their 4. There's no way that should have been a draw. It was a draw. We move. Another draw. And we know how many of them we ended up with this season. It's painful because I've never seen us draw so many games. But I'll come back to that. Coventry. Let's forget this team, man. I want to forget about this team. Coventry at home. We lost 2-1. We also had a man sent off in Jed Wallace. Absolutely brilliant. Cooper also scored an own goal. Oh wait, sorry, not Jed Wallace. It was Murray Wallace. Yeah, man was on a yellow card, and I had a feeling he was gonna get sent off. I knew it. What happened? Lo and behold, man got sent off. What can you do? Then we go FA Cup. FA Cup comes around now. We're at FA Cup stage. Second round, Boreham Wood, easy 2-0 win. We played Bournemouth at their ground, drew 1-1. And then we played Nottingham Forest again after I just said that maybe we should have drew. We ended up getting smacked. We should have lost, that we ended up getting smacked after I was saying that they should have beat us at our ground. That was it. Sammy Amiobi, who loves a goal against us, scores a screamer, scored twice. Ben Thompson scoring our only consolation goal. We played Huddersfield. We got a bit of revenge at their ground after they came to our ground and beat us 3-0. We only went there and won 1-0, but, you know, what can you do? I'd rather win 1-0 and get a bit of revenge after a 3-0 smacking than, you know, trying to go for 2 and ended up losing 3-2 or some shit, you know what I mean? Fourth round, FA Cup, bad day. Ended up getting turned over by Bristol City. They were class. I thought that we just didn't show up. I think Gary Rowett, I think he rotated the squad. And I think what happened. Watford 0, Millwall 0. That was a boring game. We hit the post. I think they hit the post. I think they should have had a pen. We should have had a pen. It all kicked off in that game. I'm not too sure. I'll just throw it all out there. But it was boring. Then we played Cardiff, drew 1-1. Then we played Norwich, drew 1-0. Then this was a good day. We played Sheffield Wednesday and we scored 4 goals for the first time this season. We actually went 1-0 down in that game and I couldn't believe that we ended up winning 4-1. That was a good day in the office. We went away to Reading. That was another big game. I didn't feel so confident because they were knocking up in and around the top 6. But we ended up going there and winning the game. And I was delighted with that one. I've got a friend who supports Reading, so to win that game, fucking delighted. Birmingham 2-0. Jake Cooper dislocated his shoulder again in the same game, but this time at our ground. Ended up winning that game 2-0. Played Wickham, another 0-0 draw. Played Luton, another 1-0 draw. Played Barnsley, a 2-1 loss. Like I say to you, that fucking Barnsley team, we always end up losing. It's not a team that we go well against. It's a bogey team. It's a shit team to play. And I fucking hate the bastards. I'll be real with you. Preston at home, 2-1. Blackburn at home, lost 2-0. Derby away, lost 1-0. This QPR game. This fucking QPR game. You see this fucking QPR game? This is a game where we were 2-0 up and I knew it. Even I still knew it. Only we would throw away a 2-0 lead and lose 3-2. Fucking hell. That's a game that will live rent-free in my head for the rest of my life. I'm telling you. Middlesbrough, another bit of revenge after they beat us 3-0. At their ground, they came to our ground, beat them 1-0. Rotherham, we won 1-0. Jed Wallace scored an absolute fucking banger in that game, I think it was. Was it Jed? Yeah, it was Jed. Oh, what a goal that was. Oh, it was so sweet. Stoke, we went away to Stoke for the first time in years and won. Thanks, like, dating back to like 02 or some shit. But yeah, that was that. Then that game against Swansea, that was on Sky. Yeah, we won't talk about that. We lost 3-0. Played Brentford, drew 0-0. Played Bournemouth, lost 4-1. Played Watford, lost 1-0. Played Bristol, won 4-1. Another good game. Another 4 goals scored. And then to end the season, I was just waiting for it to be over at this point. Go to Coventry at St Andrews. And yeah, we all know what happened, man. That was an end of season day to forget. Coventry ended up beating us 6-1. They took us to the cleaners. They wiped the floor with us. It was like we was almost all of our players on sun loungers, on holiday in Marbella and fucking Tenerife. They just didn't show up. It was an absolute shit show, that final game of the season, and I was really, really, really fucking embarrassed. The season ended with Mill finishing 11th on 62 points, 15 wins. 17 draws, 14 losses. I think that's the most draws we've ever had in the Championship. For that amount of draws to finish 11th, we're a good like 15 points off playoffs this season, and we now need to focus on the next season. And I'm really hoping that we strengthen. We signed George Long. We signed Scott Malone. Scott Malone coming back permanently. We're looking at Josh Windass, I think his name is, from Sheffield Wednesday. We've had a bid rejected. And we just need to strengthen in the right key areas and press on. We need to close that gap, because the gap extended this season from where we were last year. It's got that slightly bit bigger. GR saying that he believes that this season will be up there. Let's hope so. That's been the end of the season review. I really hope you've liked this video. Please smash a like and subscribe. And let's not forget, come on, you Lions!